Each gelato flavor is unique and different, just like every Lorcana card is unique and different. Lorcana drives its unique flavor from its art and its flavor text. Today, we've challenged 5 of our favorite creators to make flavor text for a Lorcana card. Let's see how they did.
Flavor text has been around almost as long as trading card games themselves. It's used to add depth or background to a card or the game as a whole.
In Lorcana, we've seen it used in several ways. To add some depth to the character.
For example, the 9th rule of villainy.
To expand the world of Lorcana.
Elsa experiencing a new place where ice works just as well as it does in Arendelle.
Or hitting our nostalgia button by quoting straight from the movie.
I would never, ever make more than one.
We wanted to explore how flavor text could be used in Lorcana by challenging some of our favorite content creators to draft character titles and flavor text for a series of notional cards. First up is Wally. More specifically, this Wally.
This art was created by an artist named Andre Wallen, a director and concept artist who works mainly in commercial films. This piece, called Broken, was created in 2008. If you like it, you should definitely follow Andre on social media. He does some amazing work. So here's what we're looking for. The flavor text should be inspired by and work with the card art to do at least one of the following.
First, it could bring the character to life, enrich it in some way, or work with the card to tell a deeper story.
2, remind us of the source material by calling back to the movie with a quote or a description.
Finally, it could just enrich the world of Lorcana. Give us a taste of what it's like to be a Glimmer, that is, an ink version of a Disney character. We've asked 5 of our favorite creators if Wally was an amber card and this was the art, what would the flavor text be?
I've seen these submissions and Erin hasn't, so we're going to get her reaction and ask her to pick her favorite. And at the end, I'll tell you how you can vote on the winner. So let's see how everyone did.
So who's first, Liam?
Well, first we have Illumineer Franz from Traverse Tavern.
Wally, the last traveler. The forlorn robot roams the land, endlessly cleaning through the scraps of a doomed planet. Wait, what's that green object?
Oh, I really love that. I love Illumineer Franz's voice just in general on his podcast. He makes everything sound so deep, but I loved his descriptive words like forlorn robot or doomed planet. It just really makes the card so immersive.
Yeah. And what he's doing here is calling back to that moment in the movie where Wally stumbles upon the plant for the first time and everything changed. So, it's reminding us why we love Wally so much.
Yeah. So who's next?
Nives from Nive's Nerd Corner.
The Wally we know and love didn't always have that spark in him that made him want to learn more about life. Before, he was just a well-programmed trash robot. I look at this art as the ignition of this spark that makes our Wally Wally. That overflow of emotion connects to 3. In an instant, Wally felt things. Curiosity, creativity, loneliness.
I love that one too. I think I'm gonna love all of these, but it just evokes, the emotion that I think he would feel by discovering the green plant. Or, in this picture, I think he's even discovering like a new piece of trash or something like that he can do something unique with or bring back to his home and put on his little like Rolodex thing. So, I just love the way that it conveys that emotion in that moment.
Yeah, it really brings Wally to, it does 2 things. One, it's connecting to the card art and showing that this is a very specific moment where something happened, something in his programming switched when he finds this broken toy or robot or whatever. But then 2, it helps explain why Wally is different than every other, trash compactor robot on the planet. There's something that sets him apart. And I think we see that as he goes onto the ship later on and ignites that spark in all these other robots one by one. So
yeah,
it's neat.
It's great.
So next up we have...
Oh, I was going to say, what's next?
Oh, yeah. Next up we have Native the Cards, who
actually designed the card that were like the mock-up card.
Okay, for Wally, his subtitle could be Intrepid Trash Compactor. And the flavor text, the NL Starliners leaving each day. We'll clean up the mess while you're away. Could be fun.
I'm getting electrical light parade vibes from Nate. It is making me nostalgic for Main Street Disneyland when I was like 8. But I love that he chose to quote straight from the movie for this. It's definitely, apropos and just right on the nose. I love the voice. I love the voice he chose to do for this card.
Yeah, so as Aaron said, for those of you not tracking, this is a quote directly from the movie.
We'll clean up the mess while you're away.
And it reminds us why Wally is on the planet and doing what he's doing. So it's a fun callback to the movie, and we've seen this used in Lorcana already, and I think it's great.
Yeah, great placement for this quote. Who's up next, Liam?
So next up is John from the Illumineers, where the fans of the happiest card game on Earth hang out.
Nice.
So I think Wally is Storyborn, if that helps. So I went for Wally, Landfill Appreciator. One man's trash is another robot's treasure.
I like it. It's short. It's to the point. And I like that it references back to just a very common saying. Yeah, I definitely think that this could work for this card.
This is a ton of fun for me. There's something about brevity. You can do something clever with a lot of words, but to do something clever with few words is difficult. And this is the perfect pithy statement for Wally, and describes, who he is as a robot in the first, 25 minutes of the movie. I think it's great.
Yeah. What I've loved so far about all of these, I think we have one more, but they're just all so different. They're all just very different takes on the same piece of art, which is what's so great about flavor text, is there's just so many ways that you can go with it. Okay, so is this our last one?
We have one more.
Okay.
So our last entry comes from the LorcanaCast podcast.
Hi, this is Sugi from the LorcanaCast, the happiest podcast on Earth. So first up, we have Wally, and I think that the character title should be Wally Trash Compactor, and the flavor text for this card should say something like, surrounded by life, now is the time to make new friends. And the idea behind this is most of the cards, if you look at them, pretty much explain what the character is doing. It's very straightforward. It only uses a couple of words so that people kind of know what they're getting into. And then the flavor text kind of brings to light that in the universe Wally is in, there's nothing really on the planet. He's working on compacting all the trash, and then all of a sudden, he's transported into this new universe of Lorcana. And based on the artwork, I feel like there's a lot of life and a lot of greenery, and so now his primary function is pretty much complete. He's not searching for life anymore, and there's probably a bunch of other characters popping up. He doesn't know that they're from the Disney universe, but he's starting to realize that he could probably make new friends, and so I think that would kind of describe his card.
I love how Sugi related this back to the actual Lorcana game and how Wally is gonna, quote unquote, meet new friends throughout the game. I just love that. One thing I also wanted to point out that I haven't really talked about and reacted to a whole lot is I love not only how different all the flavor text is from each creator, but also how they all seem to choose a different descriptor for Wally. Kind of all relatively similar, but each with its own take and different. And I think that that's just, again, goes back to how creative people can get with describing a piece of art and how that work of art impacts everyone a little bit differently. So I've really appreciated that. And yeah, again, with this specific flavor text, I love how it's drawn a connection back to the game of Lorcana and what we're going to see from Wally in the game.
And that's the thing about card games in general. And one of the beautiful things about Lorcana is, Disney is all about storytelling. And each Lorcana card, through its art, its ability, its flavor text, the character subtype, all work together to tell a story and to bring that character to life. And so on the table, when you play, you're going to have these stories playing out with these rich characters if it's done well. And that's one of the things that we're really excited about. So Erin's going to think of her favorite, but that's not going to crown the winner. You all are going to crown the winner by voting on which one of these is your favorite. I'm happy to announce that if you go over to lorcania.com, you can find a poll where you can vote on which one of these is your favorite, and there might be a surprise for the winner. Second, this is the first of several flavor text competitions we're going to do, so look out for the others, where the content creators who didn't win have a chance to redeem themselves. Also, big shout out to everybody who participated. Everybody who participated here makes wonderful content. You all should go check them out. And lastly, big thank you to Andre Wallen for bringing this Wally moment to life for us with this piece of artwork and allowing us to explore it with flavor text and mock it up on our Lorcana card. So, a lot of fun. After all that, Aaron, which one of these did you like the best?
I think I'm going to have to go with Illumineer Franz. I just absolutely love the depth that his flavor text brings to Wally, and I think it really just conveys that moment that Wally found the green leaf. Now, I know what you're going to say. He hasn't found the green leaf in this painting, and so I know that it's a little not exactly on the nose, but I don't know. I just feel like it just sums up Wally in the first part of the movie so well and really encapsulates what his adventure is going to be like.
You all didn't see it, but there was a lengthy conversation off camera about which one of these is good, because every one of them is so good for different reasons.
I think all 5 of the creators did a fantastic job, and I can't wait to see what everyone comes up with for the next couple of cards we're going to look at, because I haven't seen any of them.
So you all have a chance to vote on which one is your favorite. Head over to lorcania.com, vote on which one you think is best, and keep an eye out for the other flavor text videos, because we're going to be doing this again with some other amazing art pieces.
If you like this exploration of Lorcana flavor text, please like or subscribe below so you don't miss our next video. And also leave us a comment about which one your favorite was.
But shh, no spoilers.
We'll see you again soon.